What's up? Plenty Sports Gamer here, and this is my 2023 NFL playoff predictions for the whole playoffs, including the Super Bowl. I figure I'll just do it all at once and see how I do. If you saw my getting into the playoffs predictor back a couple of weeks ago, I didn't do that bad, but who would have thought Green Bay would lose to Detroit at home? I didn't think so. I think that was the only one I got wrong. So here we go. We'll start with Buffalo at Miami, the easiest game on the bracket. And I think Buffalo's going to cruise to victory in this one. It's not even going to be close. I'm probably going to feel bad for Miami. Skylar Thompson on the quarterback. There's no way Miami has a chance in this game. Maybe if Tua was quarterback and Miami would have a shot. But nope. This is Buffalo all the way. Cincinnati at Baltimore. Again, if Lamar Jackson was playing, it would have been a close game. I still thought Cincinnati would pull it off, but Lamar Jackson's not playing, so I don't think I think Huntley's going to play over Brown, but still, I think Cincinnati's going to win this one by like 10 points. Jacksonville at Chargers. I think this is going to be the most fun matchup of the AFC, probably of the playoffs. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. Both teams are going to show up. I don't know what Brendan Staley was thinking playing their players last week in a meaningless game. Maybe he thought just keep them warm, keep them going into the playoffs, but almost hurt them. Mike Williams is probably going to play, but he got hurt. So I think Los Angeles Chargers is going to pull this one out by a field goal. I think the Chargers offense is just good enough to beat Jacksonville. Jacksonville, the first time, Trevor Lawrence, first time in the playoffs. I think is going to be nervous. And last week, we had Dobb thrown all over Jacksonville. So I don't think that defense Herbert is a much better quarterback. I think he's going to throw all over Jacksonville, and I think they're going to pull it out. So that's my predict. Los Angeles Chargers over Jacksonville. Going to the NFC, my team. Yep, I'm a little biased, and hopefully my bias won't go all the way through. We'll see. But San Francisco against Seattle. To tell you the truth, I'm a little nervous about this game. Green Bay would have been a better matchup for the 49ers. Seattle, I think, is a better team all around than Green Bay. And it's tough to beat a team 3 times in one season. This happened 23 times in the playoffs. The team that is going 2-0 has won 14 of them. But I am a little bit nervous about this one. But I think the 49ers at home is going to win this one. It's going to be closer than what people think. It's going to be under 10. But I think 49ers is going to pull this one out. Brock Purdy is going to lead them to a playoff victory. His nerves won't be like that of Trevor Lawrence. Minnesota and Giants is another interesting game. Minnesota just barely beat the Giants. Won on a 61-yard field goal at the end. But I think Minnesota playing at home is going to pull this one out. A lot of people are predicting the Giants to upset Minnesota because Minnesota is not a good as team as people think they are. But I think Minnesota, in my opinion, is going to show up this game and beat the Giants. The Giants are a little overrated, so I think that Minnesota is going to beat the Giants. It's going to be very, very close. Probably another game going by a field goal, but I think they'll pull it off. So we got the final game of the first round, Tampa Bay against Dallas. This is, again, going to be another close game. Dallas has always been known lately with Tony Romo and beyond closer to this year as playoff chokers, and I think they will choke again. I think Tampa Bay is going to pull this one out. It's going to be very, very close. It might come down to last second field goal, but I think Tampa is going to pull it out. Tom Brady is going to win this one with his experience to beat the Cowboys. So we go to AFC, the Chiefs against the Chargers. This is going to be, I think, a high-scoring game, but Kansas City is too good. San Diego they're just not there yet. They're just not there to take the next step. Kansas City has the experience. Pat Mahomes is going to throw all over the Charger defense. It's going to be high scoring. I think Kansas City is going to win by like 10, but they will win that game. Cincinnati and Buffalo. This is going to be a great, great game. We all wonder if Cincinnati would be playing at home this game, if they were going to pull out if they're going to beat Buffalo on that Monday night, but we'll never know. So they're going at Buffalo, which I think was going to have an advantage with the Bills. And they're going to pull this one out. It's going to be another high-scoring game. And this game's going to be in the 30s for each team. But Buffalo will win this game. San Francisco and Minnesota. Minnesota, no way. No way Minnesota's going to win this one. They're not that great of a team. Yeah, they're going to beat the Giants, but against San Francisco, playing at home, good thing the 49ers got this home field advantage in the playoff. I think the 49ers going to roll all over Minnesota in this game and win by over 15 points. Purdy, the Minnesota secondary is not good at all, and Purdy is a lot better. In my opinion, I know it's limited. Guys, get off my back. I know it's limited, but I think Purdy is good enough to throw all over the Minnesota defense, and CMC is going to have a big game. So 49 is over Minnesota. Eagles against Tampa Bay. Playing at home, the Eagles are going to win this one. Tampa hasn't performed well this year. They've always gotten to slow starts, and if they get a slow start in Philly, forget it, and it will happen. Philly's going to win this one by over 10 points and beat Tampa easily. Chiefs and Buffalo. Man, if you go back to the last year's playoffs, it was an incredible game. And I think the year before in the AFC Championship, if my memory serves. But I think Buffalo is finally going to get over the hump and beat the Chiefs. This is playing at a neutral field in Atlanta. I don't agree upon. I think Buffalo got kind of screwed. Who knows if they're going to beat Cincinnati on that Monday night, but still, Buffalo got kind of screwed because they would have killed the Kansas City at Buffalo. But it's going to be another high-scoring affair. Each team in the 30s. Buffalo is going to pull this out and beat the Chiefs and go to the Super Bowl the first time in 30 plus years. So we got the 49ers against the Eagles at Philly. This is going to be a real dogfight, real tough game. I think it's going to be kind of a low scoring game. It might even be each team's going to score under 20 points maybe. But I think with the 49ers weapons, I know the Eagles have a lot of weapons too, but I think the 49ers are going to pull this out. And I might be being a homer this one. They got too many weapons. Their defense is too good. And they're on a roll. And I think they're going to pull this out. Beat Philly. It's going to be very close. Might come down to Robbie Gould to hopefully kick a winning field goal. But I think 49ers are going to pull this out and beat the Eagles to go to the Super Bowl. And Buffalo, San Francisco Super Bowl. We all thought in the 90s we were going to see Buffalo and San Francisco in the Super Bowl. And it never happened. It should have happened. And I think 1990, the 49ers were going for a three-peat, fumbled against the Giants and cost them the game. But I think this year is going to happen. It's going to be Buffalo, San Francisco. I really think Buffalo's going to pull this out and beat the 49ers. Their offense is just too good. Josh Allen's just too good. And the defense is just good enough. And I think they're going to pull this out. And again, it might come down to a field goal. I think Buffalo is going to win this one and win the Super Bowl finally this year, unfortunately. And I'll be, just like the past two Super Bowls before has been in, I'm going to be depressed. But I really think Buffalo is going to beat the San Francisco. So those are my playoff predictions for the whole bracket through the Super Bowl. We'll see how I do. We'll see how good I could predict them. And I'll look back at this video to see how well I did. So what do you guys think? Leave a comment. Tell me what you think your prediction will be for the Super Bowl. Please subscribe, like. Thanks. See ya.